It's time. We are here. We've got some FACEIT link for you. Welcome to week 3. We are really getting knee deep into season 7 now. We started streaming, went to put our schedule together for the week, and realized, wait a minute, we've got a banger match starting an hour ahead of default. So that time, that extra hour buffer, I thought we had to kind of put our schedule together, kind of get prepped for this week 3. Oh my goodness, our timetable got sped up so fast. So we've got a little bit of a lightning fast intro here into a potential doubleheader. So yeah, there you go, just banger falling in our lap. This is how we kick off a Monday. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I've got Let That Sink In taken on here for views. Sink has come off the back of 2 enormous wins out of week 2. Here4Views is one of our highest rated teams coming in. They were one of our highest rated in preseason and continue to sit in top 2 as of right now. Will that change? Will the one-trick monster, is it even fair to call them a one-trick? Are they just a Rubik's Cube? Is that what we have? Here's the Rubik's Cube of EMEA expert in Let That Sink In. I don't know. Can anybody solve it? Can anybody figure it out? We'll try to get an answer for you today. I don't know if I'll have a permanent answer. We're going to try to find a solution. All right. We will try to see if we can get all the colors on the same side. You know, I can't guarantee anything, friends. Let's take a look. Let's get into it. You're going to have Let That Sink In coming in at 3-1. And we actually had this team on last week, and I was very unfamiliar with the squad and kind of, what they brought to the table. But, it turns out it is their own beautiful brand of chaos. So, Sink, I did not even have on our preseason power ranking. They kind of snuck in. They kind of flew under my radar a little bit early. They were in stealth mode in preseason, all right? And then they come in and just drop these 2 enormous dubs. So, they enter the week they're now 3-1. So, their one and only loss is to the team at the very, very top of our power rankings in Quick. And they have faced Quick, 7-1 beat him, Abzu beat him, and then Shahud Esports, who went down 3 rankings, who he had in 7th initially. This is the 4th match of the 4 teams that we have ranked above them currently in the power rankings. What an insane opening 5 games you have had to play if you are Sink. And if you come out with a win here, and your only loss so far to these teams is just Quick, if Sink is able to take a dub here today over Crandop and company, oh my goodness, we might just be in for, like, the second coming of Clockwork Vendetta, of Avoid It, right? Like, it feels like that kind of a team. It's such a weird team. They very much have avoided vibes. And it's to the point where if you look at their team page here, whoops, I turned off the wrong one. They actually have Avoided is their moniker. Like, this is usually where you put your little 3-letter, like, it'd be like LTS, or you'd be like the traditional, Let That Sink In, or whatever. No, they put Avoided. This whole thing is a fan team to avoid it. It's like how this feels. And oh my goodness, I hope they live up to it. I hope they live up to that kind of billing. So far, they have. And really, honestly, if they take this win today, oh my God, we are in for it. Like, not only are we in for it, I hope this team sticks around for the long haul. A really fun group to watch. They're going to be up against it today. You do have, Here4Views has their own fun has their own special brand of chaos that they bring to the table. I mean, you have Herloff on this team. I mean, like, that's who I had, it literally just says Bastion. It was on the power rankings. All right, we're going to get a Tracer ban out of Sink here to start things off. And we also get Hot Babe versus Hot Babe, by the way. So we do get Abs on the other side, which is another... So this kind of feels like paying homage to old school, right? And then you actually have old school Hot Babe here in Abs. But I've been looking forward to this match for several reasons. One, it's just going to be fun. But this is expected to be a top-performing team. We saw that Crandop, it does, in fact, still seem to have it. It is going to be an Ana ban out of Here4Views. Let's get into week 3. I know, it's Monday. There's bound to be some scuff somewhere. Let's see, I haven't socked your sides yet. That would be a good place to start. Your bands are actually on the right side, just the team names need to flip. What are we working with? Crandop comes out on the Battle Cattle. Of course, we are going to get Season 20 dropping tomorrow. So this is going to be an interesting day. It will be the final day on this patch. And before Vendetta's introduced, although Vendetta will not be immediately playable, it is, I don't have confirmation. I'm not making oh, boop! But we may see actually Vendetta in Season 7 yet, which is a good sign. Not official confirmation, but it's looking good, is what I'm hearing. It's looking very positive to actually see Vendetta here in Season 7 for FACEIT League. So, very good sign. Anyway, amazing boot! Unfortunately for Crandop. Hot Babe 67. Which, I mean, do I just go by, it's 6-7 versus 35? Is that what we're doing for this match? For this match and this match alone, I guess it's Hot Babe or Abs. I mean, maybe I just have to call Hot Babe 35 Abs at this point. If you don't know who Abs is, then, I mean, I don't know. If you're, Abs is old school, so it kind of feels like that's appropriate. You know? Evil Tourist, of course, the Junkrat one trick, donning the Arisa one trick's fan name. Finds a great opening pick. Oh no! And 6-7 does it again. 6-7 knocks Grandnob off for the second time. Massive lulls in chat. You bet your ass. We caught both of them in 4K, buddy. Oh shit! Shit! Recorded. I'm sorry. That sucks. Okay, I want to try to remember that. It's a new method. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to record these out of OBS, and so we can circumvent some of the stream quality restrictions. Kitsune Russia top of Crandop. Blizzard does land. I was worried it got eaten there for a moment because I didn't see it land, but you're gonna hold the Arisa at bay. Jacob gets 2. There is a tire incoming towards bridge side. You're gonna find time with the tire. Here4Views. We'll end up winning out a fight. They're gonna flip this thing. We're at 23 to 52. Pretty close in percentage here early in our opening round. All right, we got Beat coming in. You got an Annihilation as well. 5867 has already booped Crandop twice. Gotta be careful. There's another one. Crandop's gonna chase you out. Throws in the Terror Surge. Jams gets caught in that. Looks like that was the only ultimate used in that exchange. That's all you needed. One ult, one win. And Here4Views take the lead in percentage. Oh, Evil Toaster gets one on the way out. All right, we're gonna run towards the opposite spawn. Steal your Mega. Yep. I mean, this is just some corralling. You open up the front door, though. Like, that's Evil Toaster actually creating a lot of space. Jams goes into their signature Wrecking Ball. Time receives the title blast, looking to chase down. Lucio will get it. 6-7 does not pull the trigger on the sound barrier, fortunately for them. So using the artillery strike just to try to build those last few percentage, prevent the touch here at the end. It's going to be the beat tossed in here from 6-7. But unfortunately, it's going to be enough to fend off time. Time heals all wounds. In this case, wounds all heals. Or is it wounds all sinks? Jams are gonna mow down, so no more touchy. That's the end of round 1. Here4Views will take it, but hey, you know what? Sync had a good start. I think we're in for a good one here, friends. I think we're in for a good one. What do we got? Look at some stats there so far. Oh. There. Unk still got it, 15-2 there for Crandop. Hurloff 11-2 in the Bastion. Jacob out of the back line does 3K damage. We saw that big 2K and what was that, like the third fight? Hi, Ella.
5, 4,
I appreciate you being in.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Okay. Now, Now we're into a submap that's far more conducive to what Sync want to play. Right, Sanctum is one of my favorite maps for Orisa in the entire game. Much less in control. This one's gonna be a lot harder for Krandop to just lock down one side. You see, moves over to the left. That spear landed. Oh my goodness! What a spear out of Krandop! The energy jab sent Evil Toaster into the skybox. Time chases him down with a beautiful follow-up. Oh, and yeah, Echo being strong just does not. I feel for you, ball players, because Echo being powerful makes it so tough. And it just shortens the amount of time you can stay active considerably. You can see time is waiting right here on the other end of the Mega. I'm sorry, I hit Jacob's spot. Trying to keep this left flank clean. It's going to be a high ground push through that side. Suzu, Jacob goes running into 3 of them. Is actually able to whip shot away. Give me some Evil Toaster Pop. They're going to follow Jacob into the basement. 2 health. 2 health. Here comes the swift step in the heels. Didn't dare step out to even try to touch the Mega. Meanwhile, Rick Owens able to land a tasty headshot. So Sync have clawed their way through this fight. We're still going to get a Kitsu. Late investment there from Abs. I just had a port ultimate to try to throw in. Not going to get it. I mean, it's a high-riz play. I can kind of see what you're going for. Like, if you get Jacob up to the rally, like, you might be able to cycle. But it required getting a pick there and, you know, trading out at least 1 or 2 while the Kitsu was in play. You don't get anything. So an opportunity with that big risk not working out here for Views. Big opportunity for Sync to snowball this. Just open up with their own Kitsu to start. And you don't want to give up an early pick. Worst thing you can do before dropping a Kitsu is losing a player. Toaster tire. Out of the high ground side. The rush in. Try to get the Bastion. Looks like Herlock was able to grab that Mega. Time is going to duplicate the Wrecking Ball. Play it along the outside of the point. Ooh. Rally is also in play here. A lot of sustain for Here4Views. They just got to run back, focus down the ball. Oh, nasty shot. Herloff landed one of those just meaty shots. It was actually using the repair. It looked like it was an artillery shot. He's actually using the, maybe it was just one of the grenades. Damn, 6-7. Okay. Yeah, no. Sync, I mean, Here4Views don't belong in Expert. Boop onto Herloff. Herloff just sent flying to the other side of the map. Herloff went on an unwilling adventure. Beautiful focus fire. And Sync have knuckled down in the final moments here and pulled through the 11th hour. Find some great opening picks. They're going to get a flip here. 5 strong at 99% in the opposition's favor, unfortunately for them. But really good team fight. Look, the best team fight we've seen from them all map. You know, they did spend, you know, Blizzard and Sound Barrier were invested over the course of that chaotic fight. Mines left, but they don't have the economy to really snowball like we, you know, predicted they might. Ooh. We got a mine jacks last week. And it wasn't Orisa spearing a Wrecking Ball. This one will not get canceled. Oh, that was a beautiful move. Their own wall actually blocks the figure 8. God, that was gorgeous. I love the momentum. Good use of momentum then for jams. I'm going to swoop back in, regroup the team. Suzu use flip for Here4Views. 99%. Time tries to swoop in, but eats a mine out of the sky. Lucky to still be alive. Toaster's going to back into the room, drop the tire. Keep an eye on that backline. Jacob pops the rally. A tire onto that rally would be enormous. There it is, directly on top of the brick. Kitsu used from the outside. James playing in that. Rolls into a walled off Krandop. Now a little spin to win. Oh, it gets the headshot off the nice boop. And another spectacular team fight here from Sync. They are looking on top. Looking quite synced up. Hey, oh, there's one for free. We're headed to round 3. I respect the OC emotes in chat.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
Wait, did 6-7 Ajax?
1.
I didn't see a beat land. I just assumed I missed it in the chaos because there was just so much going on, right? I assumed it happened off screen somewhere. I did not see the beat come out, I will say. I don't know if it got speared out or not. Man, we'll have to go check the VOD. We'll have to check the VOD. Okay, you know what? I'm getting these VODs up quicker and quicker. I'm going to try to have these VODs up tomorrow on the YouTube in high quality. Much better quality than you can get on Twitch. So, definitely recommend subbing to the YouTube. Great up. No more spears. We're going over to the Zarya for the very up-close and personal village. It's like two very different segments to village, right? Oh, no. We're running right into a trap. Oh, when's the last time you had to watch out for a Junkrat trap? Grand up. Rick Owens once again showing off some nasty aim. Gets their second headshot kill of the map. And I'm telling you, Sync are looking quite in rhythm. And we noticed this last time, this team scales. Like, as they kind of find their groove, they get tougher and tougher to deal with. And as they kind of find your timing. Jam's dancing around. Herloff actually, importantly, gets the assault configuration out. So now doesn't have that burst of damage. Stall in. In that meantime, here from Rick Owens, Evil Toaster's able to trade. Jams in as well. Pop goes the rally in a 3v4. Jacob falls into a trap. Oh, no. It started off so well there for Here4Views. You do exactly what you're technically supposed to, and yet it all goes awry. You even get the pick. The opening pick is the only one you find. And with the rally spent and nothing invested from Sync, second fight goes their way. Settles for a little bit of damage onto the tank. Not ideal. Good read, actually, from Crandop. Time's in trouble. Toaster gets a lot of reinforcements up there. And they're going to run off time. So Herloff tries to pry this open with an artillery strike. Where are we going with it? No idea. Up to the high ground with a grenade. Evil Toaster's going to go to the skybox instead. They actually caught the Diva, I believe, in the mech on the corner. Kitsu tossed in alongside a Blizzard here from Sing. They're going to boop Herloff into the corner. Oh, Jam's just trying to take over. Time going to Hail Mary Dragon Blade. Here in a 2v5, it is not going to be nearly enough. The chaos that is Sync will take Nepal. Whew. We're talking about how this does not feel like an expert team. But you have some names on the squad you would not expect to see an expert. I mean, again, this is, you can't qualify for master like directly without moving through expert. It was the best they can qualify for moving, as a new team here in season 7. We are going to get a Suravasa pick and a Junkrat ban from that squad. I mean, Sync, a team we didn't even have in our top 12 is where we started the power rankings in preseason. are now up against their 4th in our top 4. And are starting off strong here with a nice 1-0. I mean, and we talked about if they're able to take this one over here for views, like, did we underrate them even putting them at 5th? It's going to be a Winton Band. Winton Band out of sync. One of Crandop's strongest heroes. Very brief look at some stats. As you can hear, we're not wasting any time. We're moving right along here. Jacob getting focused down on that backline. Really kind of trying to disrupt the brig. Right? We'll see if the supports continue to be a fulcrum. A lever. A point of leverage, if you would. You're going to side swap. Let's get to Suravasa. See, did I get both your bands in? Winton band. Boom, boom. Let's see, we do get a side swap. Get that for you. All right. I think we're ready. Apparently it's map nothing now. We're in map nothing.
Ready for battle.
Crandop will stick with the Orisa. In light of that Winton ban. Let's look at your subs here. So Rick Owens staying in, and then Waffle Maker coming in for Evil Toaster / Plim.
Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
In lieu of the Junkrat ban. Also, I mean, we're getting into a more traditional hit scan roll, pulling out the Freya. Woo! Time taking a lot of early damage. We'll get that recall forced out very early. Not an ideal start for time, but Herloff is able to answer back. Ooh. And Crandop finds an important kill just as Herloff was on the verge of going down. This is a good first cap over to Here4Views. A good start on Suravasa. Herloff drops the wheels down. Jams will beat time to the Mega. And is just playing race to the health packs at this point. Trying to draw some aggro. This does open up a little bit of space, as you can see, for a couple players to move on to point. Rick Owens throws down a wall as Crandop tries to re-engage. Little disruption from James in the backline, where the rest of the team tries to focus down Cran, but Cran had the gold. They're able to just back up to the corner and re-anchor the point. So no flip there from Sync. They're going to have to come back in for another go. Jams using the adaptive shields means it's time. 82% towards some mines. Dancing between the corner and the little midpoint drop. Rose is able to find an opener through this chaos from downtown. Nice headshot onto the most difficult target in the lobby. It'll be Herloff with an artillery strike on the point, but it leaves them vulnerable for a blizzard. The Kitsu does give you both the sound barrier and the extra Suzu on the point, but mines are in play. Crandop with very little health is going to go ahead and drop this Terror Surge, and a massive hold fight here to close out Market. Crandop finds 2 and will seal this. Favor of Here4Views. Explosive final fight here on this first point. Didn't really expect us to go into an ult cycle there so early, but both teams are feeling it. Here4Views are able to match. Good spawn, actually, for both sides as we head to Palace. Neither team really has a huge advantage. Obviously, Crandop's able to anchor a little bit, but against a Wrecking Ball team, doesn't matter all that much. Watch for Jams coming into your backline right now. Hot Babe also with a sound barrier available. So 6-7 did not use their sound barrier while Abs did. While Jacob did in that previous fight. So we do get Rose with the Kitsu as well. The other support ultimate not used in that previous fight. This is good leverage and an early first cap. And now it's just going to be a bit of stall, which this Wrecking Ball Cup is going to do surprisingly well. But Waffle Maker picked out of the sky. Good start. Herloff able to just snipe Waffle Maker. catches the Freya just brazenly floating in the air like a balloon. But that's what they, let's see, what's Herloff's time on Bastion? 596 on the Bastion. Right? Like, it's not going to miss you floating in air like that. Also, respect on the Lego skin and the Ganymede weapon shard. I used Lego until I got Bumblebee. Now Bumblebee's my favorite skin. But Lego, I have mad respect for Lego. Phone made fun of me for using this thing. All right, sound barrier engaged, but 6-7 just now using their first as Abs laps. Jacob does fall. Blizzard is enormous there from Rick Owens. It does get traded. Hot Babe's still in this. Oh, Abs couldn't quite hang on. Rick Owens is going to win off that duel. We're down to a 2v2? Nope, it was a 2v1. As Crandop and company get their reinforcements. And the Fountain sprays out victory here for views. And we immediately head to Garden. Plim is him. I think Arisa getting popped by poke damage like sounds like she's walking on Legos. Like it's so like, ow, ow, damn it, ow. Oh, good opener on to 6-7. And Crandop will just claim some scalps. That's 3 final blows for Crandop in this opening fight. Here for views now with a 2-0 in first cap on the final flashpoint needed to tie up the series. They have Kitsu available. Pretty important ult advantage with this. You don't win the fight outright with it, you know. You get the rest of these DPS ults online and things can get interesting. So one thing with this Here for View comp, it's okay in the support ult fights, but like your DPS ults aren't super impactful. James actually got that on the Hot Babe? No way. I thought Hot Babe could climb back up for sure. That ends up being a nice boot. All right, Abs. Shield tried to roll way up towards stairs, try to distract. Kitsu in play, but the Kitsu looks like they got blocked by their own Maywall. It doesn't make it onto the point. Terra Surge now used. Ooh, Bolo Shot does hit Grandop, but the Blizzard on the objective looks like she's gonna work here, surprisingly. And we do get a flip. Crandop put 6-7 into the water. Says revenge. After the 2 environmental kills, 6-7 headed Crandop in the opening round on Sanctum. Crandop doesn't forget. All right, looking for a sound barrier exchange here. Waffle makers some early chip damage, trying to build up towards that Bolo Shot. Just used one in the last fight. Mine's in. Beat does land there from Jacob. Hot 6-7 has the answer. Now Abs with the Kitsune rush into this fight, but time goes down. It's not what you want to see. You immediately lose value, losing a player at the very start of the fight, but a beautiful spear, and 6-7 has to back away. This means Jams is left alone to try to touch on this point. Circling around, the rest of Here for Views trying to back up the stairs, but Crandop's getting isolated. Pile drive in should be enough to finish off Herloff. Oh, nope, they had wheels down. Return back onto this point, but not before a flip happens. Sync now in control, just looking to try to keep the rest of this team off the objective. And Crandop still trying to make it back. Watch for time to get the touch. That's 2 blinks in, recall used. Blizzard thrown on the point. We saw Cran using gold just to approach it. Does make it outside of the Blizzard, so nobody's frozen up. Now moving back in from the stairs. Oh, there's a Kitsu on the objective. Kratom just gets smashed. The Kitsu are right on top of the Arisa. They never stood a chance. And it's looking like Sync will claw their way back in this 99-99 engagement. Take a point here on Suravasa. Barring things just going disastrously wrong. Nope, there's the cap and the cleanup. Look how fast Sync is able to rotate. The spawn is right here. That should have been an advantageous spawn for Here4Views. But Sync is actually able to get defender's advantage set up here. Got Waffle Maker on the high ground. God, that was a really fast rotation there out of Sync. My goodness. Now Jams, I mean, he's just sitting here waiting with mines. Drops it right on top of Herloff. Gonna get walled back into him. It was a beautiful play, but it does get cleared out. Nobody suffers from the ambush between the May wall and the minefield. Time trying to sneak into the backline. Has been sniffed out a little bit. Sound barrier used. Jacob is going to answer. Grandop low. Playing from the high ground, still on this front line. Kitsu now thrown in from Hoppe right on top of Grandop and just escorting there to the front line. Grandop will mow through Rick Owens. Now just toss javelins up towards that high ground. This point, yeah, absolutely belongs to Here4Views. Jams goes down. Waffle Maker will fall a little bit late as well. No junk, no win, says Mimesis. Plate stagger on to Rose. It's important. Those are very important on Flashpoint. Your ability to regroup and very quickly take another team fight can be the difference between losing or dropping a flashpoint. Losing or winning a flashpoint. Something like that. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, late stagger sucks. There you go. But Rose is back in the fight, 97% towards the Kitsune Rush. Blizzard from Rick Owens here to kick things off. Herloff dies before the Blizzard even hits the battlefield. Gold in from Grandop. They're not too phased by the May ultimate. Terror Surge pulled in 4. Grandop's going to find Rose with that late kill, but Rose does get the Kitsune down. Then a late must-win fight from Sync does go their way. As 6-7 will flip the objective. Goes back to Escort. Who was it? Was it? There you go. Escort Rose back into this fight. Yeah, because it was Rose who died, got the Kitsune out. That's right. I'm coming through mid. Minefield over the top. And this is going to allow Waffle Maker to move up there. A lot of protection. Bolo shot immediately available as soon as this wall goes down. Knows they're all grouped up. Is going to go for the Curie, who just swift step in. Oh, just gets denied any kind of safety. No cooldowns for Abs. But it's a 2-for-1 trade. Only 3 players here. It's up to the Lucia to move it and touch. Hot Babe cut down. And that will be a sound barrier and celebration. As Here4Views ties up the series. We've got a match, friends. We've got a match. The Arisa working very well for Crandup in this in these opening 2 maps. It's one thing I will give it Arisa. I feel like Arisa is kind of a jack of all trades kind of tank. I think that's why we don't see much Arisa these days, to be honest, is because she doesn't really excel at any one thing, but fits in a lot of situations. Doesn't have the most burst damage, but if you land a good jab, there is the potential for that, you know, one-shot kill and that burst damage to come through from teammates, right? You still have that extra CC, and we are going to get the Arisa banned out. It is very good against this kind of a composition, where you're just getting a lot of different things kind of thrown at you. It's not so much a fundamental brawl one, you know, 1-to-1. It's not so much a fundamental poke 1-to-1. You need having a tank that is as versatile as an Orisa in such capable hands is one of the best Orisa players. I mean, traditionally we've seen in EMEA Path to Pro. Yeah. Actually working exceptionally well here. Very smart pick for, honestly, in both maps from Crandop. We'll not have that option here. I anticipate we will get a Ramatra Mirror as we are heading to Shambali. It's going to be a May ban out of Here4Views. All right, yeah, we're moving. Honestly, hey, since we have a doubleheader, I appreciate that our teams aren't really wasting time. And I also appreciate that I got Trash Panda here helping with Preds, because when I'm like already in the next map, like while the when it takes less than 2 minutes to get into the next map, it starts getting tricky. You know, where it's like, wait a minute, that previous map's still going. I got to wait to close out Preds, but we're already in the following map. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, Trash Panda. Oh, hard carry as always. All right. Oh, no, wrong button.
Ready for battle.
High above the beautiful, beautiful town here in Nepal. The snow is pretty, but from afar. You know, when I don't have to like shovel it out of a driveway. Unsurprisingly, I should have just kind of rolled with that. I kind of hit the skybox, but you know what? It's fine. I should have just rolled with it. As I was about to say, unsurprisingly, Jabs and Sync, sticking with the Wrecking Wall composition. I did not swap sides, did I? Wait a minute. Yeah, Sync stuck on the defense, and I think I just didn't expect that. I swapped sides unnecessarily. I could have sworn it said Sync. Okay, I just missed that Sync stayed on the defense. So let me actually fix this because the Orisa bait is from Sync. And then we'll lock in here. I know, I just enjoy some Jam Pop. Jam, clearly very good. I love Jam's pathing. And it's, you know, after, I actually have several hundred hours in Wrecking Ball. I love Wrecking Ball. I think it's such a unique hero. One of the best and most original first-person shooter designs I've ever seen in my many gray hairs on this planet. Poffin and Low and Holy, thank you so much for the follows. And it's fun seeing like the different strengths that each of our top Wrecking Ball players have. I don't know what y'all are feeding them. I don't know why there's like so many amazing Wrecking Ball players coming out of EMEA right now. Between Ostrix and GP, obviously coming to mind, but I mean, Jams also, I love Jams's pathing. And so you can watch for some really cool just angles and use of momentum. And there's so much geometry and fun stuff to consider when with a Wrecking Ball. And I've noticed Jam's very, very good at kind of, there you go. He's going to appear out of the sky, then use that momentum to kind of roll in and back through. That was a nice little wall bounce tech to get the roll through damage onto everybody, or at 85% towards this minefield. So right now, James is just doing as much disruption as possible. Here's a concerted effort out of Crane, moving up to the high ground, but the Kitsune rush to add a extra oomph here to this push. Tire is in play as Evil Toaster has returned to the fight, but Herloff with a beautiful move, taking a page out of the Architect's book, jumps up to the high ground to secure that kill, while Crandop gobbles up the bolo shot out of Waffle Maker. Sound Barrier does land there from 6-7. But with the cart 1.62 meters away, Evil Toaster and Waffle Maker both finding themselves on the business end here. Let me get the point on the board from Here4Views. The roll through minefield directly on top of the artillery strike. Suzu trying to keep Herloff out, and you can see minefield got cleared very quickly. Still, Wafflemaker drops in out of the window to secure a kill, but the aggressive ambush might have just bit them in the foot. As Jacob now has a sound barrier. Another sound barrier? Wait a minute, am I crazy or did Jacob just build up? Yeah, like, how fast was that sound barrier? I gotta look at some stats here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, am I crazy or did Jacob just lap? That must be the first sound barrier. It doesn't make sense with the stats that we're looking at. I could have sworn Jacob beat that previous fight. Maybe it was just 6-7 that beat. Anyway, okay. You know, it's all right. That was definitely the second bolo shot, but that's to be expected out of a Freya. That happens. Crane Up does not let this one get into the battle either, but with Evil Toaster's trade, it's still somewhat interesting. Time immediately pushes the balance back the other direction. Abs invades and invests a late Kutsuni you did not need whatsoever. It was super late. Well, this seems like an ideal spot for Evil Toaster to go leaping into your backline. Oh, speaking of into your backline, though, it's Time who's been able to sneak underneath that soft underbelly. Drops a pulse bomb in. Evil Toaster is dealt with. And the supports are on the retreat. 6-7 just trying to get their auto out of there. The DM will protect against the sleep dart, but Evil Toaster has returned. We'll send Time and Crandop back for cover, but this cart is less than 3 meters from 3 points on the board. Disengage out of here for views. They're able to keep everybody alive after the tire gets everybody super low, but not low enough. Tried to kidnap James with that boop. James is able to get out. They do have to use their cooldowns to do so. They swing back in with the minefield. Big Purple lands onto Herloff. I believe that was a cleanse used out of Hotbait to keep Herloff alive. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Crane Up and company kind of playing out of this backside. Trying to push out onto the point. He's giving me a nano boost. Now throw it in onto Jams. Bob tossed in. Remember while James is doing all this harassment, I mean, you just got Waffle and Evil. They're sitting back here just throwing enormous amounts of damage in. So play it out of the inside. I love this move. You circumvent all the damage and kind of sneak in on this right-hand side, an underutilized flank. And you're able to find a little bit of a foothold here on the back of this objective. But now for that trap, they've kind of been the bane of Crandop today so far. This one will not claim them. It's Jams and the Wrecking Ball who push them away. This hamster's got teeth, too. Minefield. Waiting in ambush up here by the bell.
60 seconds.
Watch for Jacob to get hit by that. And that would be an ideal target, or Herloff. They gotta know the ball's up there. Nobody's clocked it yet. Herloff was the one initially hit by it. Tire just come out, but Hot Babe gets caught in the minefield. You can see Here4Views very separated. Herloff just easy pickings for Jams there on that top side of your screen. 3 strong, 36 seconds to go. Mine still in play. Time is trying to stay within striking distance of this point. Big roll through, gets Crandop low, and Time has to get out. 25 seconds to go. Rose, 73% towards another nano boost to help make this hold. You're 2/3 of the way towards a Bob as well. For the offense, Herloff has the artillery strike, but those have not been very effective. Again, not really much in the way of DPS ultimates out of this Here4Views team. You gotta wait and build up towards those support ultimates or find something in the neutral. That might be it! Can you get Rose down? Rose is low. Crane Up needs to get this kill. They got a defense matrix up through the sleep. A couple of shots come in, and then Nano Boost lands onto Jams. They're gonna swing into the backline, and a couple of already low health targets They do get booped away. Good protection there from Jacob. Despite the nano boost, 50% damage reduction, James will eventually get cut down. Bob thrown onto this point in their stead. Crane get healed up as the Kitsune is in play, but now there's only 2 players left here. Waffle Maker's been able to just cut through the ranks of the Here4Views attack. And eventually, it's just going to be overwhelming damage on this point. Respawn so heavily in favor. Oh, and Rose comes up for the sleep dart just to put the nail in the coffin on this attack. D-Mech onto Crandop. Rally is in play for the defense. Don't see really anything for the attackers to be able to cheat this with. Herloff returns on a Sombra, and the defense has actually failed to clean this up. Jacob's going to get a rally and play and gets 3 picks. No shot. Jacob just saved this attack like that. The one thing I missed in that top right corner was that rally. Oh my goodness, Jacob. Sync thought they had that one, and oh my goodness, did it get just ripped out from underneath them. What a play from Jacob. And Bino, thank you for the follow.
Ready for battle.
I love that skin so much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
James immediately flies over the rooftop and forces the recall out of time. See if the 2 DPS can do anything with that. They've got the rest of this front line is kind of confined up here. All right, so we see Herloff drop, abs drops. As opposed to trying to play traditional high ground, the defensive Here4Views wisely flips the map. They don't give Sync that obvious setup. Right, just throw them a different look. Right, don't sit in the same spot that every place, that every team always sits. At least not out of the gate. Or at least they don't respond to it. Oh, right. These traps really have just been the bane of Crandop's existence today. I attribute that to Evil Toaster. Evil Toaster is just some mean traps. Making something as simple as a Junkrat trap just gets so much value. Just ridiculous. The pick from Jacob, though, might nullify that. Crandop already halfway towards another mech. With Jacob coming here, able to hold on here. Ooh, the ambush from Rose is good. Oh, no. So now it's a 3.5 strong defense. Crandop still mechless, counts as about half a player. If that. It's not even really a player, it's just a threat of getting the met back, I think is what that half is. You have managed to get some ultimates, importantly, this Kitsu. So some big stall available. An early pick from Waffle Maker, though, could just immediately eat a lot of value out of the Kitsune Rush. 2 directs land onto Herloff. They're going to drop into Artillery Strike form. Try to throw those mortars in, and they're going to catch Hot Babe with them. Maybe it was just the aura of the mortar. You force Hot Babe to reposition. Crandop catches it. The defense will hold with those 2 ultimates. But those are pretty, you get to invest the Kitsu in that fight. It's a pretty important ultimate there. Over the top with a beautiful, beautiful angle. I love James's approaches. Like, their approaches on these objectives, those big arcing roll-throughs are good. Oh, no! Oh, the bait catches Ab. Waffle Maker does get just pulse-bombed out of their bolo shot, though. So, explosions abound. Here on Shambali Monastery leaves us in a 3v3. James comes just exploding out of the top high ground, speaking of. Out like a cannon. And then right back over the top. Nice little use of the sky ball. That's using your retract there to change your angle and give yourself some momentum as you're flying up. For those who might not be familiar with ball tech, adding the retract to the wrecking ball was one of the most amazing changes in Overwatch, in my opinion. Honestly, I mean, to this hero for sure, but it added so much versatility to wrecking ball. It's such a cool little change. Rally now in play for Sync. Grandop just kind of stubbornly standing on the point. Didn't really cycle with time on that one, unfortunately. Just stood there and ate the brunt of all that damage. It was I mean, I guess you even used Tire early into that. But, yeah, you do use a pair of ultimates in the mines as well as the rally there at the end. So... It's like the one bit of consolation you can take from that. You know, a couple of different skirmishes going on. Herloff's able to chase off the flank up top while Crandop in time, it looked like. We're keeping the window clean. Jam's just kind of doing some scouting, rolls back to an underutilized Mega. I actually love that Mega. I love this angle. It's something unique to Wrecking Ball that you have to be aware of when playing against them. Suzu forced out by a couple of nice take aim bolts here on a Waffle Maker. This could be a big cooldown advantage, and it looks like Jams is moving in to try to see if they can do anything with it. Kitsu comes in play out of abs, but, oh, yeah, 6-7. Just gets popped. Just go get some Herloff. I mean, Herloff and a Kitsu. Should have got to their pop sooner. My bad. Crazy roll up for us. You got for us this time, Jams. We are looking at Kitsune Rush as well as a bolo shot. Yeah, these, I mean, who do you throw a Kitsu on? With Crandop now onto the Diva. So previously we had seen Sync throw these Kitsus like directly on top of the Orisa. And it was just a good beacon that everybody from the team just converged on the Orisa, right? Okay, we are going to get the Ramattra swap. We saw this earlier. I kind of anticipated this earlier. I mentioned that I expected to see the Ramattra here. You know, James is stuck with the Wrecking Ball here until the final 75 seconds. I like this swap with the Kitsu in particular. Nobody was really going to get value out of this, and it's because Crandop had made this smart swap, pulling out the Porsche Diva. So with that change, you immediately limit the value that Sync was getting out of their Kitsune Rush, and they still haven't had a place to put it in, to you know, throw it into the fight, even with James' swap. Oh no, Jacob. Jacob's gonna do him dirty. Jacob's sneaking into the back left side, has a rally, just going in for the hero play. Waffle Maker's able to shadow step out, and the rotation's actually not where Jacob expected, but they're in such a good spot. Time is actually the one there to make a play. Gets a pair. Jams just gets stuffed into their spawn. 25 seconds to go. The Suzu is late to save Waffle Maker. Actually, I think that was Abs the Suzu that we saw in play. And this will be a Kitsu artillery strike here to just plug this all up. Rose's, excuse me, this will be the Kitsu out of Abs used early. And we'll just secure this win. Beautifully played. Here4Views make life very difficult for Sync in the hero pit, in the spawn room, right? But you can't take away Jacob in this rally. This rally to get the cap was so enormous. This is absolutely your overtime rally. Because I was looking, look at this. Look at this screen. I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty dire. I'm not, you know, this is going to be tough. And then suddenly, that happened. The triple stun. The triple stun and the triple kill. It was like, the Brig is the play. We saw the Brig swap there, you know, late in the attack out of Here4Views. We've been playing the Lucio for not just this map, but felt like most of the series. Is Vendetta playable at FACEIT tomorrow? Kinzo, thank you for the follow. I don't believe so. We have not gotten an official announcement from FACEIT League. I can tell you, was that a Bastion ban? Is that what I saw? I can tell you that it's looking promising that we will get Vendetta during Season 7. It's not looking like it's going to be a Wuyong issue where we have to wait until playoffs or anything like that. Where I did see a Bastion ban there out of sync, and we're going to get this ball ban going into Runasapi. Smart ban. I mean, it feels like Here4Views have been holding on to this ball ban for push. Here4Views actually staying on the right-hand side. Which, once again, I did not expect. Just noticed there's 2 hot babes in the lobby. I know, right, Otters? You know, just to make things interesting for me, you know? I hit the wrong button. The build-up was so good.
Ready for battle.
So that's why I've been calling Syncs Lucio 6-7, and I'm calling Here4Views or
5,
I guess
3.
abs. The flex support is abs.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Going back into the Orisa here for Grand Up and Here4Views. James is going to get into the Ramatra with the Wrecking Ball getting banned out. Now, the Ramatra, you know, in a vacuum plays well against this Orisa. But as a whole, this is going to be, you know, just kind of going into the more traditional. This is the most traditional looking comp I think I've ever seen out of this team. Right? Because you have Rick Owens and Waffle Maker in, so they're playing with a, you know, more traditional flexy hit scan look. You know, we're not running the double flex DPS. Sorry, I should have just left that on time swap. How much for Stream Deck Minis? I kind of want a Stream Deck Mini now. Maybe I just get another Stream Deck. I don't know. Great Up and Company, we're looking very low here, but they've been able to just kind of hold this corner, rotate Eden, who was kind of taking the damage. And they're eventually just going to outlast. Opening pick leveraged into a fight win. And Time able to build up towards a pulse. You've also, more importantly, got a Kitsu here on the front line. But Time, a little sneaky sneak. Oh, has got Rose creeping. Woo! Rose is going to run you out. Wanted that kill. Tidal Blast thrown in onto a Fortify Crandop to get them out of the Blizzard. Kitsu in play as well. Helps them overcome. Giving Abs an extra Suzu into that fight. It is both of your support ults, but you're able to buy entrance all the way past the archway. Time continues. Just pick up final blow after final blow. My goodness. What is Time at? Time is 10-0. Oh, crap. We're at the top of the hour of the next match. We'll get to it when we get to it. Oh, 6-7 goes down. Despite having a Kitsu. Okay, there we go. Rose landing a very important kill here. James has the Nemesis form and Annihilation to follow if they so choose. Erloff trying to cut through all of that with this overclock. I mean, honestly, the OC gets the beat out. So it's a heavy investment. It's double support ults eventually there at the end. But Jams does hold on to that Annihilation. Can we pretend it says map 4? Oh, for the Preds. that for not pretending it says map 4?
Now.
Herloff answers back, able to find a kill after Waffle Maker's OC. Rick Owens going down. Also the only other ultimate that was available here. So, and this is a very pivotal fight. Feels like, you know, Sink is able to win this fight, and they're just right back into this map. They are going to sneak some more meter. Jock Crane comes down to anchor. Runs in, picks up a kill on the Rose. Because they might just terror surge into that backline. Doesn't need it. So Here4Views is able to win out that important fight. I'm just going to march right back over the checkpoint line. Herloff and Crane up, putting pressure. Do get forced back a little bit here. Not able to hold this front quarter just yet, but now with the tidal blast in, it's going to be a attention turn. The stun will find Waffle Maker. Tide comes up with it again. Another final blow. Pulse in the pocket, and Crandop's Terror Surge kills Jam on the objective. We'll double blink in. Rose the Self Suzu will eventually get overwhelmed. Desperation Kitsune rush, but Waffle Maker finding time is a good sign. Crandop got isolated there, forced away from the sightlines of their supports. Sink buy themselves another opportunity at this. They're not quite done with this map just yet. Quick going, so off of the May. Had to go into something to try to match time. Actually, 6-7, who was able to shut down the flank. I mean, it looked like time was just playing kind of out in the middle open, that one. Really no flank at all. Sound barrier to answer the OC, and 6-7 accompany just run down Crandop and Herloff. OC gets nothing. And we do get back-to-back fight wins here from Sink. Now things are starting to get interesting. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Plenty of time to match the 136 meterage. I think you're going to need to win this next fight, though. Really set yourself up for success and get that checkpoint. Get all of that behind you. So you're not getting stalled here with, you know, in the precious final minute or something like that, right? Keep an eye on Waffle Maker. OC from coastal side. Got good sight lines to work with. Time is pressuring those sight lines. Misses the pulse. Waffle Maker has the overclock into play. You got the recall forced out of the Mega, but there's a Kitsune rush there from Abs. Jam's trying to walk out into it with the Annihilation. Make sure that bot doesn't get away from him. Grandnap moves in to prevent the C9 on the checkpoint itself. Both Soches have been able to trade out kills, but Kill on to Jacob might prove more valuable as the Kitsune rush comes into play. There's no longer any healing left for Crandop. Jams is getting overwhelmed by the double DPS players that are remaining. Oh, and Crandop is able to find too. So Crandop picks up both of the DPS on the other side. It's a messy fight still here. And Crandop holds on, stands tall in the Orisa, and that versatility plays a huge part in that one. Talked about just how the Crandop Orisa has been kind of winning them fights. Two minutes to go. 2-3 split here from Here4Views. Jacob and Time play from inside. Time's gonna receive that nano, the tidal blast. Up to the high ground goes Hot Babe with their incoming sound barrier. Impending sound barrier was the word I was looking for. Rose clears the flank. 6-7. Woo! Playing a dangerous game out here in the middle. They stay alive, and the jam swap onto the Zarya pays off. Now you've got Blade here into this next fight. Okay, we get the checkpoint. Time was the stall. Time will get the stall. Yeah, I say this was what I was worried about. Is what you needed to win that fight. It's what made that fight earlier so pivotal. Because now you're gonna have to get it done with this blade. Hey, but an immediate cut through Jacob. It's a good start. Jacob's been just a powerhouse as far as damage is concerned. It was the sound barrier overlaid with that, making sure that Sync stays alive through the Kitsu. 0.06. Okay, there's the checkpoint. Fortunate turn for Sync, because it kind of felt like Here4Views might have been able to stall that longer and kind of fumbled it, but I mean, it was at 0.06. Kitsu now in play. Here comes the counter punch. Crammed up, racing towards the second corner. Now shooting uphill, not a whole lot of cover here. 6-7 and Rose got to duck away. They don't duck away far enough. Herloff catches a nice headshot onto 6-7. Grab is huge, but you know what? You had all the sustain tools here for Views to stay alive through the Graviton Surge. We do get an OT at the very end, but Wafflemaker is down. Only 2 players left. 6-7 returns to the fight. Crandop receives the title blast. And Here4Views will clean it up here in Runasapi to take this series 3-1.
Play of the game.
There you go. Huge GG's. Just a quick look at stats from that map 4. And I think I gotta give a player of the match to Jacob. Gotta give player of the match to Jacob on that one. So there you go. I wish you could stick around, talk about a little bit more. Big congrats for Here4Views. It's validating their spot. And man, what a tough start here for Sync. They moved to 2-2, but their 2 losses are to literally our number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the division. So I mean, Sync still, you know, with an opportunity to really kick back here, and having a fantastic season. They have their 2 toughest opponents already behind them.